Becky Lydon, I'm founder of Sensory Spectacle. This video is part of a series where I'm answering your questions about sensory processing difficulties. I've been given questions from parents and professionals, and it's all to help create a better understanding and awareness of sensory processing difficulties. Share the videos with your friends and families and colleagues, but also subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you don't miss any. So sleep is a question that I very regularly get asked by parents. Some children might seem to get really active before they go to sleep. Other children may just find it really difficult to sleep, to fall asleep. And other people might only need a really tiny amount of sleep and then wake up again. And as parents, that can be really exhausting because we just want our child to be able to get a good night's sleep so then the next day we can do everything that we want to do with the energy that we need. So sleep and tiredness, again, is giving us messages from that internal sensory system, interoception. So when I'm tired, I'm recognising it through those internal messages from my body. However, we know that for children who seem to become more active before bedtime, maybe their body's needing that body awareness, so that proprioceptive input, in order to be able to regulate, to calm, so that then when they're in bed, they can sleep. We can support people by giving them that proprioceptive, that body awareness, maybe a deep massage, a deep squeeze, or a big hug, or some physical pushing and pulling exercises. But we can also do it with things like weighted blankets or sleeping bags where we can really tuck someone in. Or maybe it's the clothing that they wear and they sleep in. Maybe some children are better wearing clothing where they can feel their body, so that then as they're sleeping, they're still aware of where their body is. For other people, it might be that they're a light sleeper and they get distracted by the sound, especially if they're hypersensitive to sound. Other people, it might be smell. So I supported a young boy who found it really difficult at bedtime to change into his bedclothes. And part of that reason was because we found out a few years later he was hypersensitive to smell. And the washing detergent, the cleaning product that his mum used, to him was just too overwhelming. He found it really difficult to change his clothes, so would prefer to sleep in the clothes that he'd been in all day, because then he didn't have to smell that fresh, clean smell that many of us think is lovely. For him, was just too overwhelming and actually made him feel sick. We recognise that through signs of anxiety. So thinking about tiredness and sleeping, we need to remember that the messages are internal, but actually a lot of aspects that relate to how someone sleeps can be relating to those external sensations. So we know with interoception that external sensory input can override us recognising those internal messages of tiredness. So it might be the fact that someone needs that body awareness and that overrides them being aware of when they're tired. Or maybe it's the fact that all of these sounds are so overwhelming, I'm just finding it really difficult to sleep. So when we're thinking about supporting someone through to get better sleep, we also need to think about their whole characteristics. What are they doing throughout their everyday lives to support themselves through their own sensory processing? And that's where it's really important that we can understand accurately their personal characteristics that relate to their sensory needs.